one of the biggest catastrophes, one of the biggest, most destructive catastrophes and calamities and diseases and plagues of our time is what? Is the nudity of women on social media, on platforms, and this and that. The disbelievers are smart. They know that women are the most destructive thing to society, to men, thus society. So if they want you to abandon your Rabb and abandon your religion and abandon goodness, and the most dangerous and lethal weapon is women, and especially the nudity of women, the indecency of women. So now somebody has looked, and by the way, Imam Ibn Uthaymeen is going to talk about this, but next class, inshallah, Azza wa Jalla, we will talk about this. We can sit here and talk for hours about how lethal it is that nudity of women and so on, and how they destroy societies, destroy lives. It corrupts the woman itself, thus it corrupts her children, and it is the most alluring and the most attractive and beloved thing by men. We have here how many men here? If we were to ask, correct me if I'm wrong, if we were to ask you, we say, what do you love most from worldly things? We're not saying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but what do you love from worldly things? The first thing they're going to say, women. Number one, women. To have wives, right? Their beauty, to enjoy their beauty, to have their company, to have children. Number one, women. Women. So when you corrupt the woman herself, you corrupt the family itself, because it's the most attractive thing to a man, the most thing that he wants and he desires and he not seeks, he runs after. So you can corrupt him as well. You want them to stay, you want people to stay away from their religion and to abandon and all of that. Do what? To let women dress in that which attracts men. Let them show their bodies, let them, and so on. And by the way, ya akhwan, here is something I will derail a little bit, but here is something that is extremely important. There are so many young men that what was standing between them and being pious and turning to Allah Azza wa Jalla and being even students of knowledge and so on is what? To get married. To get married. Therefore, you see, we have seen this. We have seen some men that were in the wrong direction. They were doing that which is haram. They were doing that which is catastrophical. They got married. They abandoned all of that. They started growing their beard. They are praying at the masjid. SubhanAllah. Why were they doing all of that? Drinking, I don't know, to take whatever it is. Some even taking drugs and not praying at the masjid. Abandoning so many things. For what? Women. The only thing he wanted. Once he got married, once he fulfilled that, now he's in praying at the masjid. He abandoned all of this. He says, no longer this craziness and that. From the beginning, if he got married, what? He would have concentrated on this. That's what's destroying him. You understand? Yeah, because he's looking at that which is haram. He's doing that which is haram. He's yearning. He's doing the secret habit which is haram and looking at that which is haram to do the secret habit. He's yearning to chase after a girl and this and that, and then to do that which is haram. All of this, why? What does he want in the end? He wants to get married. He wants a wife. And once he gets into this responsibility, now he wants children. He wants to have a family. His mind is now is set towards a different thing. But sometimes what is sitting between a man and cutting off that which is haram and turning to Allah Azza wa Jal is getting married. And sometimes it is sitting between a married man to do that is a second wife. And that's what some women, they don't understand. He turns to that which is haram, and so why? Because he wants a second wife. And his first wife is going to make problems for him. She's going to ask for a divorce. She's going to go to her families, and she's going to her family's a house, and she's going to take the children with her, and he loves his children. Sometimes a man, he has no problem. He can settle things with his wife if she doesn't want to live with him anymore. But he cannot do without his children. So he does what? He endures. He endures. He says, for my children. So he does what? He goes and does that which is haram. This is not an excuse. A'udhu billah. What he's doing is horrendous and it is his fault. But that does not mean that the woman is not leading him as well to this. She is. She's the biggest factor or the most major of factors. طيب. I derailed a little bit, but this is important. Therefore, ya akhwa, therefore marriage is what? Marriage is one of the biggest means by which the thriving and the piety and the uprightness of society is established. And it is the biggest means of what? Of creating families and stability. طيب. Along with other factors like good character and to teach people responsibility and.